What's going on, Zonin here, and for today, I'm going to be showing you my top 5 defensive formations in Madden 26. And the formations I have listed will be in the New England Patriots defensive playbook. So for coaching adjustments, I like to go ahead and turn off auto flip. We're going to scroll down to our safety depth and whip. I like to have my safety depth set to close, and I like to have my safety whip set to pinch, but sometimes, depending on the formation, I like to send this on default. And for our first formation, I like to come out in the T4 double mug, and I like to come out in a mid blitz 0. And we don't have to worry about auto flip because we are running man coverage, so that slot corner will follow wherever the strong side of the formation is. So we're going to hold the icon, and we can either just run the standard sheds, or we can go ahead and flip to the Texas 2-man. But when we run the Texas 2-man, I like to go ahead and contain the other side. But if we run the Texas 4-man, we can't really contain. So let's just come out and run the Texas 2-man and start off, and then I'll switch. The formation is going to look something like this. And what I like to do, I'm going to just go ahead and throw both of my linebackers in flats to play for better coverage. And because we are in a Texas 2-man, we're going to contain that one side. Let's go ahead and spread the defensive line as well. And I think that was one of our loopers able to come free. Let's run that one more time, and then we'll switch to the Texas 4-man. Let's run that one more time. We're going to drop our linebackers in the flats, but again, we can run some type of a hybrid coverage. Now we can go ahead and run that Texas 4-man. Let's go and spread the defensive line. I'm going to drop my linebackers in flats, but again, we can run any type of backside adjustment if we want. And our Texas 4-man was able to come in right there. Let's run it again. I'm going to just drop my linebackers in the flats. And we're going to spread the defensive line. But again, if you don't like the stunts, if you want to switch it up, let's go ahead and crash out on the defensive line to cancel it. And we can go ahead and contain both sides. So for our next formation, I like to come out in the 2-4 single mug. Now for single mug, it's going to be a little bit different. Instead of coming out in that man alignment, I always like to come out in some type of match coverage, and we want to make sure that our slot corner is on the strong side of the formation. Or we can go ahead and just turn auto flip on so we don't have to worry about it. So we can come out in that cover 9, or we can come out in the cover 4 quarters. But let's go ahead and come out in the cover 9. And the same thing, we can run that Texas 2-man stunt, or we can run the Texas 4-man. But again, if we don't like the stunts, we can go ahead and crash out on the defensive line. And the only adjustment we're going to make, we're going to go ahead and spread the defensive line. And if we want hard flats on the field, we can go ahead and play underneath. We're going to snap it, and our stunt was able to come in right there. And because we are running the Texas 2-man, we can go ahead and contain that right side. Let's play underneath for those hard flats. And we're just going to go ahead and play coverage. We can run that one more time. I'm going to spread the defensive line. Next, let's go ahead and run that Texas 4-man stunt. I'm going to spread the defensive line. Let's go ahead and play underneath for those hard flats. You see our 4-man stunt was able to get in. Same here. We can go ahead and try to run it with the sheds. So we're going to go ahead and crash out on the defensive line. And he was still able to come in. For our next formation, we're going to be coming out in the dime 1-4. And we're going to be running the crossfire 3. And again, we're going to have our auto flip turned off. We're going to have our safety alignment set to close. And we're going to have our safety whip set to pinch. So when we come out, the play is going to look like this. And what I like to do out here, we're going to go ahead and play underneath to get those hard flats out there. And we're going to take... And our user is going to be this linebacker right here. I like to go ahead and contain. And we're going to put him on a zone assignment. I'm going to sit right over here. And we're going to play some really good coverage with our user. Every part of the field is going to get covered, and it's easy to switch stick. For backside adjustment, we're going to just go ahead and run a cover 4, and we're going to still play underneath for those hard flats. So let's sit right here. We can get on this other linebacker and try to loop off this left side. It's going to run it again. And we're going to put that slot corner on that vert hook to play. So for the next formation, I like to come out in the 3-4 odd. And again, we're going to have that auto flip turned off. We're going to have our safety alignment set to close, and we're going to pinch them. And I like to run this loop blitz out of the wheel buck 3 press. And I like to run this on the left side so we don't have to flip this. So the play art is going to look like this, and that's pretty much it. I like to play underneath to get the hard flats out there. I'm going to sit right over top of this guard. We're going to basically mug the gap, and our linebacker is able to come 3. We're going to go ahead and run that again. For a backside adjustment, we can go ahead and run some type of a cover 2, just like this. We can go ahead and run some type of a hybrid coverage. We got man coverage on that left side. We got zone on the right. We're going to still mug the gap. We're going to go ahead and press and play underneath here. So for the next formation, I like to come out in the 4-3 even 6-1. Now we're going to have auto flip turned off. We're going to scroll down. I like to have my safety depth set to close, and we're going to have my safety whip set to default. And for zone drops, I like to have my hard flats on 5, and my curl flats I like to have around 15. And I like to come out in the Samuel blitz. So the play art is going to look like this. I like to play a lot of man coverage out of 6-1. So on the wide side, we had our zone drops. We're going to throw our outside linebacker X. We're going to put him on a 15-yard curl flat. And on our left side, because this is a short side, I like to throw my other linebacker on a hard flat. So we're going to have something just like this. And if the running back goes out, we're going to go ahead and guard him. But if he stays, you get pretty decent sheds out of the 6-1. So I really don't like to blitz out of it too often. But if I had to blitz, I'm going to shift my line towards the side I want to blitz on. And I'm going to go ahead and crash out on the defensive line. And to make sure the blitz comes in, I like to sit over this gap. And let's go ahead and drop my other linebacker on that hard flat. And we can run some type of a cover 3. And we're going to press. So something just like this. We're going to make contact towards the center. And our linebacker is able to come off the edge. So shift the line towards the blitzing side, and we're going to run any type of coverage we want on the back side.